9 of One Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing the Summer Theatre of New Canaan's production of the Disney musical Beauty and the Beast, with music by Alan Menken, lyrics by Howard Ashman and Tim Rice, and a book by Linda Woolverton, directed by Melody Meitrott Libonati, choreographed by Doug Shankman, running through July 30th at New Canaan High School at 11 Farm Road in New Canaan, Connecticut. Based on the classic Disney animated feature film Beauty and the Beast, with maybe the exception of The Lion King, is the best stage adaptation of a Disney property. On top of that, Beauty and the Beast is probably Alan Menken and Howard Ashman's best work, though I understand those with a soft spot for Little Shop of Horrors. It's a classically styled musical on a grand scale with enormous set pieces, Ziegfeld-esque dance numbers, and a robust score with not-so-subtle notes to classical composers like Camille Saint-Saëns. Seriously, listen to the opening refrain of the musical and tell me that's not directly inspired by Saint-Saëns' Aquarium from Carnival of the Animals. What elevates it beyond the nostalgia, though, is how developed the characters are. Belle, here played by Ella Raymont, is an intelligent young lady with a sense of adventure, but also an empathetic heart. The Beast, played by Shafiq Hicks, has layers behind his bestial facade, filled with remorse and grief. Even Gaston, played by Jordan Goodsell, can be more than just a narcissist. When done right, Gaston has a fragile, desperate desire for acceptance by his community, because if he doesn't, what else is there? Thankfully, here at Summer Theatre of New Canaan, regardless of some of its shortcomings, which I will get to, when it comes to the direction of the characters, Meitrott Libonati has done an excellent job with the cast in making these characters more than just cartoons. Ella Raymont especially does an exceptional job. I love her animated adventurous spirit. It's fresh and breaks from her just being bookish, playing up to the lyric of her singing I Want Adventure in a Great Wide Somewhere. I also like that she doesn't strictly follow the music note for note, especially when singing Home. It vocally opens her up emotionally and is delightful to see. Shafiq Hicks spends much of the show in shadow, so sometimes pinpointing his actions are less about what he emotes with his face, and mostly depending on his vocal acting and body language. I think part of the problem is that due to this not being an ultra-high budget production, there can't be finely detailed makeup work on him to make his face all that beastly, requiring dependence on the headpiece and other costume elements to portray the character that are relatively easy to remove. Because of this, I would have liked Hicks's actions to be a bit broader and pronounced to give Beast some more definition in his actions. Jordan Goodsell doesn't have that problem as Gaston, and to his advantage uses broad characterizations, frequently posing and flexing for the attention of the town. And Malcolm Durning's LeFou is wonderfully supplicant to Gaston with limber physicality as he cherishes every abuse he receives from him. The rest of the supporting cast is solid. Stephen Petrovich has just the right amount of carnality as Lumiere, and Raisa Katona Bennett has a sweet tenderness as Mrs. Potts. The costuming as a whole is a bit hit and miss. At multiple points in the show, it looks like Raymont has problems with her dresses, with either a slip not getting on right or something not having been clasped on correctly. Other items felt a little rushed and needed to be tightened up a little. Rushed is a key word with this production, especially with the ensemble. The first act is fantastic. Belle, Be Our Guest, and Gaston are superb show-stopping numbers, and the choreography throughout is on point. But the second act starts to show some of the loose threads that are still needing to be tidied up. Human again feels like it was a touch simple, and a castle siege sequence which should have been just as meticulously choreographed as the excellent Bierstein dance in Gaston looks rushed. I like Gateway Productions' scenic design. Making the revolving set of the Beast's castle work as well as it did is impressive, and though a wing curtain caught Belle and Maurice's house at one point, I'm forgiving of that as it happens from time to time, and the crew were able to fix it quick and without slowing down the show. I know people like to deride Disney musicals because, oh no, it's Broadway fluff or whatever, but I will always advocate Disney's presence on the legitimate stage, if for nothing else than the over half the theater audience of children that were there the day I was in attendance, who were engaged the entire time. Well, most of the time. It is 2.5 hours and children can occasionally get restless. But when I see two young girls sitting front row interacting with an ensemble member playing a plate, having their Belle dolls dance to Human again, it brings joy to my heart. For many of these children, this was their first experience at live theater, and they're going to go home with this memory forever ingrained in their hearts and their minds. They loved it, and with that love, hopefully it will evolve over time to experiencing more theater as they mature and appreciate more adult-themed stories. For seeing that alone, even with the flaws this production of Beauty and the Beast has, I would encourage any family to go and enjoy one of the hallmarks of family musical theater of the past 30 years. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Beauty and the Beast, I'll leave a link where you can get tickets in the description. I'd like to thank my patrons over on Patreon for their support, and quickly remind all Neo-Tier members and up that there is an active drawing until the evening of July 21st. The winner of the drawing will join me as my +1 for the cottage on Broadway. Details are on the Patreon page. You can support my channel by becoming a patron, or if you'd like, you can like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. And also, don't forget to click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be TheaterWorks Hartford's production of Clydes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.